Yeah, I do. Hey Ketosis Mom followers and Amazon shoppers, and welcome to our Friday night live stream. This is going to be our live stream that we're going to be doing before the holiday season. So we are going over some of our favorite things from the year of 2023. Now, just to preference and let everyone know, we are a sponsored live stream tonight, and basically everything on our stream is people that we have worked with and brands we have worked with throughout this year that have been some of our favorites. So tonight we are sponsored by Lil Giggles, and these are medicated homeopathic suckers that are going to definitely help you throughout this season. I like to start every single time right here in my Amazon storefront because there's so many more things here in the storefront that you can look through, from idea lists to curations to past live streams, even shoppable photos. Our idea lists are vast, they're much larger, and our videos tend to stay under 2 minutes. So if that's something that you would rather go take a gander at, you can feel free to head on over there. You can also tap follow from the storefront as well as this live stream. We're going to go ahead and get started this evening. Joe's here with us as well. Say hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hello. Joe is my elf helper today throughout the entire day. We've had a long day today. It's been very busy. Our kids were still in school. Today was the Christmas party. We also have gymnastics. So we've been running around like chickens with our head cut off, but we are happy to be with you all here this evening. While we go over things, you are going to see that right down at the bottom, right below me, it's going to say that you can claim codes. You're going to want to make sure that you tap on that to claim those codes while I am live. If you claim those codes while I'm live, then when you go to your cart, you will see a 10% off for some of the items that we're going to be going over today, including our very first product, which is from Lil Giggles. So this has been something really big at my house for probably what, Joe, like the past few weeks?
A few months.
A few months, maybe. I'm going to put Joe up here too so he can talk to this as well. We have the kids' cough, cold, and throat. We also have some of their other ones, just so you guys know. Kids cough, there's a kids travel. They have calming suckers, you name it, and they're going to have it covered.
I have a cough.
I might have one.
And I don't think my lozenge is going to work, so I think I'm going to be stealing one of the kids'
they taste
cough
good
ones,
too.
just because they love them.
No, I've had a few myself. So my family has been coughing. We've had sore throats. We've had ear infections. We've had throat viruses. We've had everything there's going around. And these, hands down, I do not have to argue with the kids to take them. They want to take them. I have to hide these from the kids so they're not trying to eat all of them because they really do help them. And they taste good. So they think that they're just getting a piece of candy. And then in reality, I'm not hearing coughing and hacking and complaining of a sore throat for the rest of the night. So there is a 10% off that all of you can grab while you're watching me live for this. Make sure again that you tap right down below and claim it while we are live. You can use that code on any of the Lil Giggles products, and it is valid only while we are live on Amazon. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started with some of our favorite items. I'm going to kick us off for the first few products because, of course, they're hair products. And I know if you guys don't follow us, then you don't know that Joe has no hair underneath that hat, but he, in fact, does not. We also have 10% off of the Catch items. This is one item in particular that I have covered many times throughout the year of 2023. I also feel like because it has so many different patterns and colors that it also is one of my favorite. It travels really well as well. It comes with 2 of the little scrunchies. This is a heatless curler. You can see it's very super bendable. And it will stay in that shape, which is another reason why I really like this one. Joe can tell you, he makes fun of me all the time. I do wear this at night. I do take my hair, and all of the videos like you see, you just, I'll do this side so you guys can see it better. You just twist your hair around this so that when you wake up in the morning, you simply pull this thing out of your hair. And because it has the satin texture, it's not going to pull any of your hair out, and it will keep the product in your hair and not on this. So again, this is showing that it is a % off on my end, and then you can also claim the code in my live stream for this. So you get a little bit extra on that. Another one that has a little bit extra tonight is also from Kitsch. These are the smaller curlers. I call these the chain curlers because this is going to create a much smaller, tighter, bouncier curl. And then what you do is you hook it around and it snaps in place. And then when you do the next one, you simply snap that one into this one and you create a chain around your whole head. Now you can do any kind of pattern you wish. These two also are very bendable and they stay in the shape that you bend them in, which makes it really nice. They're also made of the satiny type material, so it's also not going to pull on any hair strands and pull it out, or make the product from your hair soak into this because it does have the satin material. Now this one shows that it is on a limited time deal at the time of my live stream, and it also has the 10% off that is valid with it with Kitsch during my live stream. So please, 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 even if you're not sure if you're going to purchase or not, make sure that you tap down below and claim the code while we are live. Another item from Kitsch, and all of these Kitsch items have 10% off, just so that you guys know, is my tried and true satin pillowcase. The reason that I like the ones from Kitsch the best, and I've used these for so many years, is because the zipper right here is on the inside of the pillowcase. So you're not going to get caught in this zipper. You're not going to get any hair caught down in there because it zips up, down, almost folded down inside of itself in this pillowcase. What's also nice about that, other satin pillowcases that I've had in the past, I'll sleep on them. I wake up in the middle of the night and my pillowcase is way over there and my pillow's over here, and I don't know how they are no longer attached to one another. So what's nice about it zipping around this is it's not going to fall off of the pillow, and you might kind of slide around because it is a satin pillowcase. But I just think these are really great quality. This one probably needs to be replaced. This is probably one of my oldest ones that I have, and they last a really long time. I've had this one a couple of years now, and I do have, I think, how many, Joe? Like 5 different ones now.
You got
I have
the
at
Harry
least
Potter
5.
ones too.
I have a Harry Potter one right over there. So these have been, for sure, one of my favorite things of 2023. The next item, and I do want to clarify again while we are live, all of the items that we are going over tonight are brands that we have partnered with during 2023. So the majority of these were gifted if we did not already own them before we started working with the brand. Joe is going to be going over our next item, which is from Aged and Charred.
This is the Aged and Charred Cocktail Smoker Kit. Now this is the premium set. So it does have a nice wood case, little metal rivets in the top here as well.
It's so nice.
It comes with, kind of instructions on how to use it if you haven't used one of these before. It also comes with a little book where, if you're not sure how to make a cocktail, it has a couple different ones in there.
It's just fun to try new things, though.
And one of the things I like to point out every time we go through what's in this kit, and I'll show you what's inside as I'm pulling things out, so just so you can get an idea of what the inside looks like. It's really nice. It's one of the few kits that's actually going to come with the torch, and it's going to come with the butane. Most of the time you have to buy it separately. The torch is nice. It's easy to use. Watch. Woo. There you go. Very easy to use. It's a metal alloy of some kind. It stays very cool to the touch, so you don't have to worry about it burning yourself or somebody else.
I can't wait for you to do this because I love the smell.
Yeah, it does have a little pipe cleaner to clean out these when you're done with them. And it's got the little metal baskets. It's come with 2 of them so that you can kind of put one type in there versus another, because it does have apple, cherry, oak, and hickory.
Thank you for the follow, Mark. You guys, if you're not currently following us, please make sure that you tap that follow button. And if you are already following us, make sure that you tap the heart button.
So I want to make sure you can see this when I have it right here. Is that good?
That is sort of not good. No. Can you close the case and then set it up on top of the case?
We needed to adjust that the last time.
I know. It's my fault, guys. I asked him to do this demonstration because yes, that's perfect.
Right.
I love this demonstration when he does this. It's so cool.
I do want to show you.
It smells so good.
The basket kind of fits in there. I'm going to top it off a little bit with some, what do you want me to do? I have hickory out right now. I can put something else.
Hickory.
All right.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's really nice about this kit specifically that Joe's going through right now is it comes with different like flavors, right?
It's got hickory, cherry, oak.
Yes, I like the cherry.
And apple.
Oh, and the apple's good too. But when you can smoke ice, you can smoke your tea if you want to. We gifted a version of this to one of Joe's coworkers. I'm going to get bigger so they can see it. What you do is you're going to hit the top up there, what Joe's doing with the flame, and then you're going to see all the smoke going down into the glass. It's so, so cool.
Did you see that? It just shot right down.
Yeah, as soon as you like hit the lid on there, it just shot right down there. It's so cool.
You get it going, get it.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it going down there now.
See it going down there. Boom. And boom. And then you're just going to let that sit for a little bit with your ice or your whatever you're drinking down in there and just kind of let it get real smoky.
You're welcome, Omar.
Yeah. I guess I should say you're welcome, Omar, because I'm the one who grabbed a lot of this stuff and said, hey, these are some of our favorite things. Don't you want to give some of our favorite things to your coworkers? So what's really great about this is we do use this quite often. We're a little spoiled with it now because
it smells awesome.
I mean, I'll use this with like making a hot cocoa.
And you can see there's a good amount of smoke in there.
There is a good amount of smoke in there.
And you can use it. You can smoke the glass ahead of time. You can smoke the ice, which is another cool way to do it because then that smoke gets into the ice that then goes into your drink. You can also double smoke. You can smoke before, either in the glass or the ice, and then smoke again after you put your drink in there.
Yep.
So there's a couple of different options on how to do it. No wrong way.
There is no wrong way. There's no wrong way to do it, and there's no wrong beverage to try to.
And again, if you like that smoky smell,
I do.
It's
so good.
It smells great here right now.
What's so bad about this is you have to. This is something the one you give it to will never expect. Yes, someone said this is something that when you give it to someone, they're not going to expect it. That is very true because when I received this in the mail, it comes in like a larger black box, and I thought, okay, I'll get this out in a little bit. When I got it out, it was back around Father's Day, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is nice. This thing is nice. I was going to give it to Joe for Father's Day, and then I'm like, maybe I need to just keep this for myself. It's just a really great gift. It does have some weight to it, and we put this up in
I'd say
Joe's
it's about
office.
a 5-pound kit, pretty close to a 5-pound kit. It's a heavy-duty box.
It is a nice box, and we have this just kind of sitting out up on one of the shelves up in Joe's office, and personally, I would rather smell this smell than a candle lit in the house. That's just my personal preference, but I love the way that this smells. I love the way that the flavor that it gives to different kind of drinks. And honestly, we go to a restaurant that makes something that's called like a campfire drink, where they smoke the glass and then they'll even light a marshmallow on top and then let that marshmallow kind of like melt down into it. And I have to make those with this at home. Like now that I know how to make it, I'm for sure doing it. Okay, we're going to keep moving on because our kids do want us upstairs to come watch movies with them this evening. This is another item that you can see that it is well loved and well used, but I am one of those influencers that I'm a firm believer that showing an empty is better than showing a full container, because I don't want to tell you guys, hey, I really love this product, and then I barely use it. This is something that I use every single day. Every single day. This is an aluminum-free, baking soda-free, paraben-free. It is called, I used to pronounce it Hikey, but they corrected me and told me they are actually pronounced Hickey. This is the brand. It is a deodorant lotion. This one specifically is in coconut. This is for anybody all over your body. So you can use this anywhere it says made for skin folds. So anywhere you sweat, if you sweat behind your knees, you can put it there. If you sweat on your elbows, put it there. This is just a lotion that when you use it, of course I use it underneath my arms, but I also use it in multiple other places on my body as well. It also, in my opinion, I know that it's probably not meant for this, but it's also great for kind of that chafing area. If you rub a little bit of this there, it's really going to minimize, if not completely take that away. That's my experience with it, And of course, that's, again, not how they brand it, but that's how I use it. And that's why I use so many of these. They do have multiple different scents. They also have unscented, if that's your thing. It's showing that it has a % off at the time of my live stream, which is great. And it also means that once I'm done, I'm probably going to have to go stock up on it because I do use this quite often. I think last time Joe had to buy me the double pack of it. All right, the next item is a brand that we have worked with for a couple of years now, and we have them all over our house.
It's the Tushy Basic 2.0 bidet.
My favorite.
And obviously the box is empty because we have them on the toilets here. But I can show you a picture of what it kind of looks like. There you go.
It's fabulous.
One of the things I want to say about this is you don't have to know a lot about plumbing or be too handy to be able to do it yourself. You really just turn the water valve off on your toilet, disconnect the lines, and then reconnect everything per the instructions. And I would say the longest part of it is getting your toilet seat off and back on.
Yeah.
Because everything else is pretty easy. It's a couple of connections that you have to make, and then you can start using the bidet. So it's been fantastic. We've tried other ones. Other ones have leaked after we put them on.
Yeah.
But these have worked, every single time. And they do come with different options for, like, the dial can be like a different color as well.
Well, and this is the 2.0, which I have highlighted and featured right now. It is, and it appears to be on deal. I don't know how long that deal is going to be for, and of course, I can only say that it is a % off at the time of my live stream.
And a good percentage seem to be claimed already.
Yes, I do see a very good percentage is already claimed, and for good reason. When we travel, I have to take their travel bidet with me because I'm so used to having these in every bathroom of my house now that when I travel, I get really irritated that I don't have it anymore. And it's just one of those things that you kind of take for granted when you're at home and how nice it is. And then you get back home, you're like, oh, I need to go see my Tushy. So make sure that you go look at it. It has a deal. See if it would be for you or not. One of the guys that we used to work with said that his wife explained it best to him, and I've told this every time we talk about the Tushy, but he would say, she explained it to me as to why I should, everyone should use it, is you don't go outside gardening and get mud all over your hands and then just come back inside and grab toilet paper or paper towels and wipe your hands off. You go wash your hands. And he said, and then when she explained it to me like that, it made a lot of sense. And so he said, I've used them ever since then, because that was when he was trying to convince Joe, like, hey, it's not that you'd need to use this. So it was just one of those things. So now we have it all around the house, and we do work with them quite often through Amazon because we love Amazon. We love Tushy. All right, the next item I'm going to go over some of my top skincare items for this year, just mainly because I test out a lot of skincare. I've tested out tons of skincare through the years, and there's a couple of things that are just very tried and true to me. And I know that during the holidays, one of the top 3 least returned items is skincare. So this is my tried and true favorite. Every time someone tells me, like, hey, your skin's looking great, what are you using? Boom, 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 boom. This is I believe it's pronounced Avane retinol serum. This is a bakuchiol, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide all in one. Now, if you're not really familiar with that, the bakuchiol is kind of a plant-based version of retinol. So you're getting a retinol and your hyaluronic and niacinamide all in one jar. This has done wonders for my skin. I use this both at night and also in the morning. It also goes on really, really well underneath your makeup. So I kind of replaced my makeup primer with this because I feel like if you have hydrated skin and your skin has a good base layer, then your makeup goes on a lot easier. This, for sure, hands down, my favorite skincare item. The next item I'm going to go over is also skincare. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere that there is to see it. I feel like there was just a major campaign or something that went around on this, or it's just that good, right? This is the Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. I'm going to show you guys on a camera right over here because I want you guys to really see kind of what it looks like. I'm going to put a little bit right there and see how it just sits right there on top of my skin. It's really super oozy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It for sure, when you see that it is snail, you put this on and you're like, okay, yeah, no, that's definitely snail. So if that kind of thing weirds you out, this might not be for you, but what's really great about this is the hydration that your skin gets from using this. So our house humidity's been down. We've been running humidifiers. It's the middle of winter. It's a problem, right? We've all been getting cracked skin. I've been putting this over for Joe to use over at his counter. I've been putting it on my hands, my elbows, everything, and it has worked wonders. Now I know that it is also for your face. I did gift this to some of our family members for their face this year, a few of them actually, just because this has been one of those things that you're going to see it all over everywhere because it does work. This is a Korean skincare, and it says that it is a 96% snail secretion filtrate. And this is what they call an essence. So it is to keep skin smooth and healthy is what it says. So there is a nice, really nice % off during the time of my live stream on this guy right here. Another item, and I see that people have already been clicking on it, and for good reason as well. There's been a lot of talk about microdermabrasion, probably I would say over the last 3 to 5 years. Usually you would have to go to a medical, aesthetic type center to have microdermabrasion done. Now you can buy something like this. This is the Microderm Glow. It is a diamond based system. And when you turn this on there, I know you can't see it because it's lit up, but there's a screen here that shows you your face. You can choose to do the manual or the automated, and it tells you exactly how long you need to stay on the different areas of your face. And you can do a microdermabrasion treatment right at home. It does come with some additional tips and different size tips. You can also get tip replacements as well. It does say that there is a nice % off on this as well at the time of my live stream, but just so that you guys can kind of see that, that is what the tip of this looks like. It is very, very rough. Almost like a thick sandpaper, but that is the diamond portion. There is suction to this, so you're going to want to continuously move across your face the whole time you're using it. Don't stick anywhere too long. But what's nice about this one is that's the same with any type of microderm treatment. This one I have not had, knock on wood, I have not had any problems at all with this one, and it's left my skin feeling really, really nice. So this is something that you'll do. I do this about once a week, if I remember to do it about once a week at night before I put my skincare on for bedtime. Okay, Joe will go over the next item for us.
So we have the Thermacell Mosquito Repeller Patio Shield. Now this comes in a variety of colors too. You can take a look at the listing and see if there's a color that you like better or worse than the others. It's pretty easy to use. It comes with one 12-hour fuel cartridge and 3 of these mosquito repellent mats that slide in here. I'm going to show you how to kind of turn it on. It's got an off, on, and a start. So I'm going to do that for you right now. Let's see.
It's on. It doesn't light up. It just turns on.
I don't think I have. Yep, there it is. I see it.
I didn't think that I had it on either, and then all of a sudden outside I was like, oh no, wait, it's on.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's hard to see.
There's a blue flame in here that you can kind of see. It's starting to turn orange. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. You
won't, because you can barely see it.
Let's try.
What? Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Kind of see a little blue or orange in there. So I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to waste it because we use this. We do have like an outdoor movie projector screen, blow-up screen that we like to use in the warmer weather with the kids outside. And we can put this right in the middle of all of us, and it gives you kind of a 15-foot wide kind of bubble that you're protected in. And, Jen can attest to it. The last time we used this with her mom here, we were out watching Little Mermaid, and we didn't get bit once, and this was in the middle of the summer, so no real concerns. Very happy with that. It doesn't have a smell, so if you don't like citronella or any of the other bug repellents, you don't want to put anything on your skin because you don't want to have to immediately take a shower after you get inside. You know, it's
That's
a nice
like the
option.
worst, right? I feel
It's
like
a nice option. It's relatively cheap, and you can buy replacement fuel and cartridges just like you would anything else on Amazon.
And they make different versions of this. And sorry, I was coughing. I tried to take a sip of water, and I feel like it just went down the wrong way.
Yeah, they have another model that we have
Yes.
upstairs.
It's like an electric fan.
Yeah, and that one
blows.
you charge with a USB, and that so it works a little differently. That one I think has a 20 or 25 foot radius on it. But,
And I had somebody
different options.
ask me, like, if you were to get one, which one would you get? And I feel like I would get this one, even though it's a 15 foot instead of the 20 foot, just because you don't have to remember to charge it.
Yep.
And I'm kind of like forgetful like that. But yes, if you're going outside or you're having a picnic or anything like that, I just feel like these are really, really great to have to keep all those bugs away. And I feel like that season like kind of sneaks up on a lot of people, especially after the winter. They just, you know, like boom, bugs are here. Okay, so someone else said your face is your calling card. Yes, it is. Your face. And that's why I wanted to go over some of these things that are like for my favorite items throughout this year, just because my face is everywhere. Like I'm on live stream, I'm on social media. If something is like up with my face,
Somebody recognized her at Dollywood.
They did. Someone came up to me at Dollywood when I was just a hot, sweaty mess. And I mean a hot, sweaty mess. And they're like, I'm so sorry. I follow you online. I can't believe I'm meeting you. And I'm like, I can't believe you're meeting me looking like this. So, yeah. So I just feel like if my face is not on point, then I don't feel right. That's just me. Okay. I'm going to keep going. The next item I'm going to go over is this little guy right here. This is a casemate. So if you have one of the, I forget, these magnetic cases, right? That you can do a charger, you can do all kinds of things too. This is amazing. This stays on mine at all times. It kind of does like that whole like little finger thing for me so that I can hold my phone. It is kind of like this silicone-y moves type thing, but it has a really strong magnet right here that keeps it in place. You can turn it however you want to. But this has been one of my favorite things.
Thank you, Expert, for the following.
Yes, thank you, Expert, for starting follows. Of course, everyone, if you're not currently following us, please tap the follow button. That just helps Amazon know that you're enjoying our stream, that you like what we're doing. You can even, and if you are already following us, please tap the heart button because that's what Amazon now considers engagement. And you can chat with us, you can heart us, you can follow us, all that jazz. Now, this little guy that I just went over right here also has a % off at the time of my live stream. It's just been one of those things that I've really, really enjoyed. The next item I'm going to go over, I have one that's out that I used all summer long, but I also have a second one that I've yet to open. And you guys are going to think that I'm really weird, but I'm going to use the gold one during the summer and I'm going to use the silver one during the winter. I don't know why, but I am. That's just what I've decided because I lose things like this that I really, really like quite often, especially when I'm using them all year long instead of them staying like with what they need to stay with. So when I was at the pool this summer, during the summer, this keeps my phone from overheating outside. Now that it's cold outside, it will also keep your phone from overheating, but also getting too cold outside as well. So like if you're a hiker or, you know, you're going out and you live in just a really cold area, there's a whole layer inside of here and on the outside, this is like NASA technology that's going to keep your phone at the temperature that it needs to be at. So it's not going to get too hot. It's not going to get too cold. The other thing that's nice about this is, yes, it does Velcro together. That whole inside has a antimicrobial like fabric that when you slide your phone down in there, it's cleaning your phone when you put it in there, which this time of year, I also think is extremely necessary, especially with how much stuff my kids have been bringing home with them. It also has a really great hook on it for me during the summer. That's usually hooked onto my beach bag. During the winter, it's probably just going to be hooked onto whatever bag I'm walking around the kids' school or going to go do or whatever, because I feel like my phone needs to get cleaned more when I'm at the giant germ fest of school. What's also really nice about this, so if you're a fisherman or, again, you're going hiking or whatever you're doing, and you drop this, it first protects your phone from cracking because of the cover, but this case also floats which is awesome. So I have 2 of these. I think that these are really great. I've worked with Fuzi a couple of times. They also gave us some really cool Fuzi koozies so that your can stays the correct temperature and it doesn't bother your hand. But I have to say that for Fuzi, my favorite product of theirs is this that is for the phone, just because it has so many different aspects that are great about this one product. Okay, they also come in other colors and styles and all that jazz too. I think there's even a camo one if you're into that. Joe's going to go over, I think this is probably by far our top seller this year, and he's going to demonstrate why.
So it's the Kitty Cap no spill silicone bottle top spout. So first off, I'm just going to show you like this. You know, hey,
it's not
flip it
spilling.
over, it's not going to spill. Now what I will preface is I'm pulling this off and I'm going to turn it completely upside down, but I'm not going to tell you there's not going to be anything coming out. There might be a little drop. See, 1 drop, 2 drop. So you can flip it completely upside down and it's not pouring anywhere. Mm-hmm. You can flip it on the side and nothing comes out. But what I wanted to show you is that you can turn it completely upside down and you're getting 1 drop, 1 drop. Just because there is that kind of cross-shaped pattern in the top.
I think our children chewed on it too.
Yeah, well, but that cross-shaped pattern allows you to put a small straw through the top if you want. Mm-hmm. You can use it as kind of like a squeeze bottle, or you can suck on the top if they prefer to do that. But the main thing is for us is that our kids have still not mastered, even at the ages of 7 and 4, open top cups. Like, we try, we give them plenty of chances, and every time we think they're getting to a point where
they dump it down the whole front
they can do it, they spill it somewhere. So these are also a lifesaver if you don't want to bring your own drinks with you somewhere, and you do have kids that are accident prone like our own. You can get a water bottle with the normal size bottle top. It won't fit on the wide mouth ones, but the normal size bottle tops on it. And you can pop this in. You don't have to worry about them spilling it all over the place. They can drop it out of the stroller. The cap's going to stay on. See, it's not coming off.
It is a little harder for them to get off. But the one thing that I think really hit home with people when I was talking about these throughout the last year is amusement parks.
Yep.
Because a lot of amusement parks, you cannot take in your own drink cups of any kind unless it's a very small baby and it's like a milk bottle, right? And so I have multiple of these kitty caps that stay in all of our little snack bottles, that stay in all of my bags that I take everywhere. And if I do have to buy a big water bottle somewhere, here's another thing that you're also probably not thinking about. I have one for each child, which means I can pop one in, let one child drink, then they're not going to get the backwash down in there because it's closing it. It comes out, but it's not going to like go back in. Then I can take that lid off, put the next lid on, and let the next child drink. That way we're not, like cross-contaminating. We're not backwashing. We're not, drinking out of the same cup and things like that. And so for parents, these are really big. And what's really funny about this is my mother, our Gigi, bought these first. And she had them at her house. Our kids absolutely loved them. And so they stole them from Gigi's house and we brought them home. And of course, then she asked me like, hey, what happened to my kitty caps? I'm going to need those back. So I had to send her a new order and then I ordered myself a second order. So what's really funny is I feel like a lot of the stuff that my mom buys as a grandmother are some of my best sellers to parents now because they're just, my mom doesn't want stuff spilled all in her car.
Correct. So
she's going to get stuff like this from them and be like, okay, you can only have this in Gigi's car if you have your cap on it. And we're going to keep it closed unless you absolutely need something, and then you can flip it open. So there's rules around these with my mom, but they're a really great product and for sure have been one of our top sellers. So thank you for the follows. We've got 2 new follows just while I was yammering about the kitty caps. The next item that I'm going to go over, I see there's already been 1 click on it. You have probably seen this outfit many, many, many places because I feel like every single influencer for Amazon fashion has been grabbing this set, and for good reason. So first of all, this is a size extra large. I am typically a size 2X, so I am plus size. So I grabbed this thinking there's no way There's no way it's going to fit me because it only comes up to an extra large. It does come in multiple colors though. But I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, right? Sometimes you just want to buy things to see like, okay, what is everybody so obsessed with this? It is fabulous. It has the best, softest knit material. It has the matching pants that also have the big elastic waist. And then these, where they're kind of slit at the bottom, kind of bell bottom out a little bit. This fits me. So in my opinion, it runs a little large. So if you want it to be a little baggier and larger, then get your normal size. But if you want it to be a little slimmer or fit just right or tight, then I would size down. But what's really great about this is I feel like this is the ultimate travel set. This is the best type of thing to get on a plane, go where you're going, ride in a car, go where you're going, because it's soft, it's comfortable, and I'm trying to find the pants here to show you guys the waist. When you're traveling, it's not the best to have on pants that don't have give in the waist to them, because you're going to be sitting, you're going to be standing, you're going to be moving all different ways. And you definitely want to make sure that you have something that has that kind of stretch and give. So yeah, and someone says they're also great for pajamas. Yes, I've seen a lot of people wearing these for pajamas, and realistically, this time of year, when you have family over for the holidays, or you know that you might have family showing up early in the morning, you know, or you might be out cooking, you're going to want to have on a nice pajama set too, which this is great for pajamas. That's a good point. I just feel like this is the ultimate like lounge set. And so I wanted to put it on here because I know that a lot of people look at things like this and they say like, oh, I don't know how that size runs. Like there's all these teeny tiny people wearing this. I'm not even going to try it. And I did, just to see what the fuss is about. And I think it's fabulous. I cannot wait to wear this on my next plane trip, which Joe's going to take me on somewhere. Speaking of,
need one of those little giggles.
You want one?
Yeah, give me one of the
cough ones. You want the
ones.
cough ones? Here you go. Ready?
I'm trying to hold it back.
There you go. He can't hold it anymore. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of travel, this guy. Now, I leave him in his pack so that my children don't run off with him. He stays down here in my whole travel kit. This is the AirFly. So this allows you to use your wireless headphones with in-flight entertainment. So if you've ever been on a plane and they come around, you've got your cool like wireless AirPods or whatever you use. I have some like Lilly Pulitzer ones. And then you immediately remember, there's this tiny screen in front of me and I am supposed to be plugging into it. There's not currently a way to, on the majority of planes, to Bluetooth into that screen unless you have one of these guys. When you have this, you can plug it in. It has a 20+ hour battery life on it. This is the 12 South AirFly SE. You can use this at the gym as well. So if you have your little earbuds in and it's hard to, Bluetooth into your treadmill or your elliptical or whatever you're on, you can also use this there as well. But this is a must have if you're going to be traveling. Okay, the next item is for Mr. Frankie Sinatra, and I will let Joe, who is enjoying his little giggle sucker.
Down. So, Zesty Paws probiotics, they come in different types, multivitamins, probiotic only. It's a nice little container. They come with, I think, let me make sure I get the number right. I thought it was 90 soft chews, at least in the basic size that they have. And if you don't know a lot about French bulldogs, they have some pretty potent toots. And sometimes you gotta try and correct their digestive system a little bit so that you have a home that is livable, because he will clear out a room and he just lays there like nothing's going on. But they're great because they also come in a multivitamin format too. So if you're worried your dog's not getting the correct amount of nutrients, that can come in handy as well. It has a little guide on the back that tells you, how many you should give each day based on how many pounds they are. Frankie's a little bit bigger guy right now, so he's going to take 2 to 3 soft chews a day.
Oh gosh, I thought he only took one.
We were giving him one, but that's for up to 10 pounds. So we've been underdosing him for a while. But it comes with like essential like type oils like cod liver oil, glucosamine, things like that are good for joint health and bone health. And he loves the taste of them. So as soon as he sees us open this,
he gets so excited.
He immediately comes into his little room area, sits down, and we don't even have to ask him to shake. He lifts his paw immediately, like, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it, give it to me.
And we use these for like new tricks too. Like I'm getting him to lay down now, and he will do that almost instantly if he knows he's going to get one of these. So if you want a treat that's going to keep your dog healthy and they'll love it, I cannot recommend Zesty Paws enough.
Yeah, I really like those. Now, I know that you forgot to bring this down here because I believe it's in the middle of my console in my car. If I move forward, can you run go get it?
I will, but I don't think it was on my list.
Well, I'm sorry, but
we're going to have to move forward to my next thing, and then we'll have to come back.
Well, okay, how about this? I'll go run go get it while you talk about the tub shroom.
Sure, I will talk about the tub shroom.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, what is a tub shroom? Well, if you have animals, if you have body hair, if you have longer hair that gets stuck in a drain and constantly clogs it, this is perfect for you. One of the reasons we have this is because, we wash Frankie in the laundry room sink. It's got one of those big tub sinks that we can put him in there, and even at 25, 26 pounds, he's still able to fit. This will fit most standard drains. It just pops on in, and this rubber part here will grip onto the sides of that drain. It's got a bunch of little holes in it, so most of the time you're like, oh, wasn't the hair going to go through there? Surprisingly, no. What ends up happening is, the water will come through, and the hair all gets cut in the bottom of the tub shroom. I just washed him yesterday night, and this entire thing was full. Mainly because we'll wash him, then I rinse the sink out, and you're like, oh, shouldn't you wipe the sink out? All that hair is going to go down the drain. You don't want to get a hair clog. No, it all got caught in here. I pop it out of the drain. I just take you can take your hand, but I like to take a paper towel and just wrap it around and pull it all off. And it all comes off, it goes right into the trash. It's fairly easy to go in and go out, and you can adjust the flow. You can have it in, I don't know if we'll be able to see this on camera, but you can see all four are open, and you can turn it to close the drain too. Yeah.
I just know that you always tell me you clean a lot of hair.
Yeah. I was just talking about Frankie's hair coming out of this every time.
I feel like it's good for kids. I feel like it's good because it can go in any tub, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh, now I'm out of breath. I was running, and Eileen's upstairs going, Mom, look. I'm like, I got to finish. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're going to go backwards to what I just wanted to go grab. This stays in my car console at all times. This is the Bling Sting. It is a first aid kit. You can see it's very shiny. When you open it up, you've got all kinds of jazz in here that you're gonna need if you're a parent. Now, I'm talking ear swabs, tape, all kinds of different sizes of Band-Aids, alcohol prep pads, antiseptic cleansing wipes. I even see more stuff down. Gauze pads, first aid gauze pads. You would be amazed at how many times we actually look for these little things. I don't know why. We're having to put things up with the kids, make sure that something's on them correctly during a photo. I also, it's also really cute. It says Kiss It Better on the inside. I think this is really super cute. I typically have other things in here as well for me, like, goodie powders, Advil, things like that. Other necessities that you're probably going to need while you're in the car. And what's really great is you can keep it all in this really cute little kit slid right in the console. So if you need something, it's really easy. Even while you're driving, you just pull it out, get your Advil or whatever you need, close it, and put it right back in. So I really like this as a parent just because we need a lot of stuff a lot of times. We just do. Okay, so Crush them up, mix them with regular food. Oh, that's a good thing. So someone said that you can crush those dog treats up and mix it with their regular food if they're finicky eaters. So that is a good little tidbit to know as well. Okay, I also want to say that while Joe was going to the tub stream, I don't know if he said it to you or not, but there is a % off. Did you tell them?
I did not.
He did not. There is a % off at the time of our live stream on the tub shroom. The next item I'm going to be going over, and this is the SKN by Conair. I'm sure you've probably also seen this little Cool Beans everywhere. A lot of people are saying like, hey, this is the perfect thing to travel with. It's so amazing after you get off the flight, da 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 da. When you open this up, there are 2 little reusable eye pads down in here. There's also a little mirror as well. You can use whatever your typical eye cream or skincare is, then put these on and leave them on, or you don't have to have skincare at all. And what you do is this stays charged every time it's charged for, I think you charge it for 2 to 3 hours when you first get it. It stays charged for about 3 months. You're going to turn it on. Sorry, you got to hold it. And let me see if you guys can hear it. You can kind of hear, almost sounds like a little computer fan, right? It is cooling those pads that are in here. It's making them chilled, it's making them cold so that you can put it right across where you might have some puffiness under your eyes, and you just let it sit in here until it kind of lets you know that it's ready.
If you have young kids, don't fool yourself. You have puffiness. All of you do. You can deny it, you can cover it up with makeup, but you have puffiness because you, like me, had a toddler come into your room before 6 a.m. and then crawl into your bed right between you and get that knee right into your back. So you know you need it.
You need it. You do. This is just one of those things that yes, you can travel with it. You don't have to travel with it. Use it at home. It's also, if you have little ones who are accident prone like ours are, they're constantly wanting something cold for a boo-boo. You can also use these for that. If you're not into kind of putting them underneath your eye, you can just take this with you. And if they get a scratch or they get a boo-boo or they need something cold to put on whatever for whatever reason, then you can let this sit, run, get cold, get it out, and put it over that boo-boo. So there's multiple uses for this. I personally do use this for underneath my eyes because I desperately need it. As Joe said, we have children who crawl in the bed and give no cares of what time it is or when we have to be awake. Next item. Let me see if I can find it. I have is it called a mouth guard? Retainer, mouth guard. Like a retainer that I wear at night because, let me get off Joe, because he's just relaxing with his sucker over there.
I'll be talking again soon.
You're going to see it's also lit up right now. This is the Fresh Night. This is a UV light cleaner for those retainers. And so what's really nice about this, it also has a mirror down here. And you guys can see that I obviously use this. I typically will go wash my retainer off because I'm a teeth grinder. I'm one of those people that just like grind my teeth. So I have to wear something to keep me from grinding my teeth. Yes, I will grind straight through a night guard. Fine, I'll just buy a new one. At least I'm not grinding my teeth down. But keeping it clean can be really hard. Now, we've had like these things that dissolve in water that you throw down in there. I can scrub it with my toothbrush all the time. But what's really great about this being the UV light, when you close it down in here, and this is rechargeable, it's a little charger right there, and then you just hit that top button, then it's going to light up like this right here with your retainer on the inside and then kill a lot of those extra germs that maybe you might not be getting. And it just sits in there. So each day I put my mouth guard, my retainer, whatever you want to call it, in this after I've brushed it clean so that it can continue to be clean. All right, the next item is probably one of Joe's favorites, I think.
The Shishibo shape-shifting cube. Here's what one of the other ones look like when you kind of get it out into like a spherical form, or dodecahedron. The kids love these. This one's kind of got a winter theme on the inside and out, whereas this one, has kind of a world theme. It's got, you know, kind of trees. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like there.
I like that one the
and
best.
then there is kind of the map on the inside. Kind of let you guys see.
I gotta stop drinking this tea because it's going down the
it'll
wrong way.
look exactly like this if I can get it out that way. But I don't want to spend too much time doing it. Oh, I think I almost got it. There we go. But it's fun for kids and adults. It's keeping me busy.
Well, yeah, I can't.
And there you go.
Keeping me busy.
So this one has, you know, kind of the map of the
kept
world
his
on the
dad busy
inside.
when he was here too.
And it's easy to, you got Antarctica on the bottom. But the kids love it,
It's
and then
a
they'll try
fidget
to figure out how to put it into different shapes, and then when
It's
they can't
great
get it,
for the timeout area. It's great for the car without screen time. It's
and when they
just-
can't get it back to the shape they wanted it in, they'll ask you.
Yeah. Well, they don't ask me. They ask Dad. But these, I think these Shishibo cubes got big like last Christmas, and then they've just kind of stayed big since then.
Yeah, we have 3 or 4 different kinds
We
of them.
do. They're a big thing at my house.
All right.
All right. The next item is the Brewmate. You know what? Did you bring down the Fuzi can holder? I'm gonna
I
let
did
you.
not.
I'm gonna let you run go get that one after you do your Brewmate. Go for it.
So we have, I think, 3 or 4 of these in the Toddy XL size. I tried to find one as close to the picture as the one we have posted right now.
Oh,
So it's got like a leopard print, a black leopard print.
Yeah.
Now we do have a different type of these in the black leopard print
If
right
you want
there,
to see the black leopard print,
Yeah.
this is the black leopard.
which is coming up next. So
Yeah, sorry.
we
Okay.
kind of reversed it.
Sorry.
That one in this color is what's showing up in the picture later, and then this one in that color is what's showing up
I like leopard print
right
though. That's
now.
my
So
thing. Go ahead.
the great thing about these, now what I will say is,
Right meow.
the first few times you're using this, you're going to notice that it's hard to get the cap off. That's both good and bad, but it's good because you know it's not going to spill. Once you start using it, you know, kind of break the rubber in a little bit, it's a lot easier to pull off and on. One of the great things is it does have a magnet, so that lid's not going to boop you in the nose when you're drinking it.
I've had a lot of drinks boot me right in the nose, actually. Not this,
So-
but others.
The other thing is it has a locking mechanism, so that's not going to come off. It's got a silicone seal in there, so it's not going to pour out either,
Yeah.
which
What-
is really nice if you're walking around and you
Yes.
drop it, or you have it propped up against something in the car and it tilts over because your
No
cup
big
holders
deal.
have something else in them. Hint, hint.
Parents who have multiple children that take all the cup holders.
Yeah.
This is the cup for you because you can throw it in the seat next
And like I
to
said,
you.
we like
Not
it.
gonna spill.
We have it, like I said, and I think this version, I have a purple one. Jen, you can show them your other
yeah.
type of cup.
He has.
I have it in this
this color.
that color. I have this
Yeah.
in that color for me. We have
We're
like
a
an
Brewmate family.
iridescent white one as well that
Yeah.
Jen has.
I just like these because, like, when I went to go help with picture day at my daughter's school, and I needed coffee and I needed a water. And I was taking a giant tote bag with me because I didn't really know how long I was going to be there. I had some snacks in there and stuff because they said it was probably going to be all day. So I had both Brewmate cups, locked the lid, threw those down in my tote bag. No worries or cares where that bag was tossed or how it was tossed in my car or when I got there because it's not spilling.
And what I will point out is it also has a rubberized grip
It
on
does,
the
which
handle.
is nice.
And for
It's nice.
competing brands, you either have a giant cup like this, which we've tried. I think I used it once or twice trying to go to work to be kind of
I
hip.
have the 40 ounce.
No, not like that. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a giant cup.
The
And,
Stanley Cup. They're
Yeah,
heavy. They're annoying.
they're heavy. I mean, yeah, that may be trendy right now. You have a giant straw in it too, but I hated walking from the parking garage to work with it. I like
It's
something
so
a little.
heavy.
I was like something a little more manageable, and then you have kind of your other competitor, which is Tervis. You know, where
Yeah.
they make the metal cups. They're
they
not
have
bad cups.
handles?
But I don't see a lot of them that have handles and
Yeah.
rubberized handles. Most of these cups you can buy with either, I think that one has like a plastic type handle, but it's thicker. You can grip onto it. This has the rubberized
gonna
handle.
show
It's
them
got the
this.
rubber mat on the bottom
now
too.
they're cold. Like really cold. Like super frozen cold. Sorry, it just
Right.
turned off to let me know it was done. You know what I did though is I did a test
Mhm.
of the Stanley Cup versus the Brewmate in that size. So it was the Stanley 40 ounce against the 32 ounce Toddy XL. and to see how long they each kept ice. It was basically about the same time. I think the Stanley Cup kept it just a little bit longer, but I think it was because it was a 40-ounce cup and that's a 32-ounce cup. So now I need to do the Stanley Cup against the Brewmate Era, since they're both 40-ounce cups, to see which one really is lasting longer, because I bet this does. I bet this does, hands down. But regardless, the locking lid, total mom cup. All these like college kids can keep the Stanley Cup. You can just have it. Okay, Joe's gonna go get one of our Fuzi insulated cans. And I'm gonna show you guys also the Brewmate that I had right here that I showed you before. This is actually, it shows that there's a % off on this for our Brewmate. Oh, let me go over to me. This is probably one of my favorite things. Like Joe said, you can lock the lid. So I'm going to push that down. Then I'm going to push to lock it. You hear it lock, right? There is, in fact, hot tea in here. Like, can you guys can see that it's like, you know, condensation from the heat, right? Okay, now I'm going to take this. Make sure it's on, make sure it's locked. Yeah. Whoop, I had one drop come out. Oh, and it's because I have this. It's because I have this. It came out there. So if you if you have a tea thing coming out, then it might drip a little bit. But it's not like pouring everywhere, which every other cup that you could ever have would pour everywhere. So don't do like me. Don't have your tea bag sticking out, and then you'll be fine. But for me, this is just, it keeps my drink hot. I made this drink, I want to say like an hour before I came downstairs to start putting this live stream together, like, and get everything ready. And it is still like piping hot in here. It's just one of those things that it keeps it. As a mom, I rarely get to drink my coffee while it's still hot. And there's only so many times that I will go and reheat up a coffee before I just go and dump it down the drain. And then I think, gosh, what wasted ingredients I just did. If I make it in here, it stays hot for hours. I'm not reheating anything. I actually get to finish a hot coffee. So I will often even go get a coffee and put it in here instead of, you know, the paper cup that they give you. Because here's the thing, you pay a lot of money when you go to those coffee shops. I mean, a lot of money, right? If you really think about how much money you spend, they're giving you a cup that it only stays hot for 10 or 20 minutes. So I often will put that over in here so that it stays hot longer and I can enjoy the entire thing. All right, Joe, I will go back and let you talk about the Fuzi.
I got your Fuzi right here.
The Fuzi.
So this is a insulated can cooler, but it's got a couple of nice features. It's got like this little mesh bottom on it. It's got this spacesuit insulation is what they call it, to keep the drinks colder longer. And, you know, I've not seen this before on other ones, but it's got a little area where you can kind of keep a couple fingers in there so you don't have to worry about a can slipping out of your hand, you know, which I think is kind of nice. And it's one of those things where it comes in different styles and types. Like this one has kind of a like blue trees, outdoorsy right? type theme on it.
They've got all different colors. Like when you open the listing, there's all the different colors. And then you can also get the ones that's for like the taller cans too. Yeah. We're not really like the tall, skinny paint can people. That's like not our drink. We're more like, hey, I got my Dr. Pepper, or I got my Diet Dr. Pepper, like, and I'm going outside and I am not about to hold a cold can while I'm outside. It's just not happening. So those are really great. And like I said, we were working with Fuzi earlier this year and they offered to send them to me to try. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, send them to me. Okay, another favorite thing. This is probably also a favorite thing of 2022 as well as 2023. These are the Charles Albert women's Western shoes. I have these in this, I call it like a gray color. I have them in white. I have them in pink. I have them in red. I have them in brown. I think they also make additional colors other than that. But those are the colors that I have these in because these are just really comfy boots. And if you have bigger shins, like I have had my entire life, because I was in gymnastics, I was in cheerleading, I was in softball, I've had big shins my entire life. These will still fit you because these hit right at the bottom of your shin and they open really, really wide. They're very kind of soft. They stretch as well. Let me see. I got these in my typical size. So do not size down in these. Get what size you would normally get. It does show that there's a really nice % off on these at the time of my live stream. I have worn these to concerts. I've worn these out to the Pumpkin Festival at University of Kentucky. I've worn these to multiple concerts, actually. I wore these to multiple concerts down in where we used to live and here.
Despite the fact that I've bought her some very expensive boots from other places.
You guys, why don't you just sit? Look at the elf Joe over there sucking on his little giggles.
Hey, I'm not coughing anymore.
That's right. So you're not coughing. They work.
Real life proof. It's a children's dose, but it's working on an adult.
So yes, Joe's a little bitter about these, but here's the thing. When you go to a concert or you're going somewhere where there's a lot of people and things tend to get spilled on you, you don't want to wear your expensive shoes. You don't want to wear your expensive boots. You want to wear boots that are comfortable, that you can move around in, you can walk in, you can do whatever you need to do in. And if something gets spilled on them, hey, no big deal. No big deal. I got 4 other colors at home. It's fine. I'll probably buy them again, but it's fine. That's why these have been one of my favorites of this year. Okay, my next favorite is from Era Organics. This is a sugar scrub and it's raspberry lemon. Yes, raspberry lemon. Is this my new bottle or is this the one that I just opened? This is the one that I just opened. You can see those little fingers down in there because my children love this as well. My children will often complain that, oh, I've got some dry skin. I need some of your sugar scrub. They love this. It is a coconut oil, kaolin clay, rosemary, jojoba oil, almond oil, and witch hazel. So it's all ingredients that you can actually pronounce. It has a really, really great smell. Oh, so good. It's very relaxing. I love taking a bath, shower, whatever, using this. I typically use it on my arms, anywhere that I might have a little bit of rougher skin, or just all over, to be honest, just because it feels so great. This has been one of my favorites. I think this is my 4th jar from them now. So it's definitely something that I keep buying. It's also a really great size, and I'm not sure if you can still get it in time. You'll have to check when you open the listing as far as that, but it does fit down in a stocking. And honestly, you could just plop a bow right on top and give it to somebody and it's still cute. The next item is also something that my kids often steal because they are obsessed with bath bombs, shower bombs, you name it. These are the Body Restore shower bombs. What's really great about this, you can just kind of toss it over in the corner of the shower. You just want to make sure that it's out of like the heavy stream of water. But what's really great about this, gosh, this smells so good. They are individually wrapped. So you don't really have to worry about anybody going and like picking one out and then like putting it in their mouth or anything like that if you have small children. But you can also buy 1 bag of these and then kind of divvy this up into like multiple stockings if you wanted to, or multiple little gifts. Or since everybody's already talking about Valentine's Day as well, if you're doing Valentine's Day little gifts for like teachers or something, then you could get 1 bag of these and then put like little things like this into, there's 15 tablets in each bag. You could put these into individual little gifts. If other kids are really obsessed with them like my kids are, you can send them out for Valentine's. So that's just something. They smell really great. They work really great. We love putting those in our shower as well. This next item, I recently got the brown because if you follow me on social media, you know that I was blonde for a very, very long time. And my hair used to be almost down to the top of my booty. And then they started like heavily over bleaching my hair and it started kind of breaking off. So now I'm going back to my natural color. This is my natural color here. And it's more brown than it is blonde. And so I had all of the Style Edit that I was using and they were all the blonde. Now they finally sent me what I need. This is the light brown. And I did a video that said like, hey, are you unsure if you need the dark blonde or the light brown? And then I showed everybody what it looked like on my hair and how the blonde really is for people who are typically blonde from root to end. if you have the balayage, there we go, look, or you typically have darker roots mixed in with highlights, then the lighter brown is probably going to be for you. It's also really great. This one is for sure my favorite. This is the Root Touch Up Binding Powder, and you just open it like that. It's really great for travel because it's teeny tiny, and it has the little boof, I call it a boof on the bottom. You just do this around and then you put this over the top of your roots. The other thing that I showed on my video the other day was that when I pull my hair back, so when I pull my hair up like this, I'll often have like spaces over here that almost look like the hair is thinning. It could be lighter hair coming out. It could be hair thinning. And so anywhere that I have like grays or lighter hair coming out or what looks like thinning, I will take this powder and just kind of pat that in so that my hair still looks full when I have my head back in a headband or if I have my hair up. So it's, yes, a blender for your hair. That's exactly what these are. They're root touch-ups. It just helps you get between your hair appointments without like feeling like, oh my gosh, I've got to hurry back every few weeks to make sure that I get these grays covered up, because if I pull my hair back, they're going to see this row. I would say in my video, I did say that the spray is really more for like the back of your head, that you have a harder time like really seeing exactly where you're putting it, because this is a lot more forgiving where you can just kind of do it almost like hairspray and it just covers kind of the whole area and it'll blend in. So they make them in these duos that you can get both. I kind of recommend getting both. I tagged the travel size of these just because I feel like everybody should try them before they go all out and buy the bigger cans. I also personally just love having this one to travel with anyway. Okay, you know what else you didn't get? I bet you didn't get this stuff.
It is not on my list.
Both of these are sitting on top of the ice maker. But do you want me to go get them while you talk about the ThermPro?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get them, guys. Go.
So I have... Oops.
There you go.
I took my microphone off so I can have more of the Little Giggles lolly, which obviously I am not coughing anymore, which is great. But what I'm going to talk to you about now is the ThermoPro Lightning. So this is a 1 second stick thermometer, which is great. It has a 10-year warranty, and I actually have a lot of these products for grilling and smoking meats, so I stand by them. They work really well. One of the nice things about this is it does have a magnet, so if you have a metal top or a metal side table like I do, it'll stick to the side table and you don't have to worry about it falling off. It has a little cheat sheet on the back if you want to know how to do beef, medium, well, rare, poultry. You know, it's got a little cheat sheet on the back so you don't have to remember that offhand. One of the great things about this though is when it turns on, you can switch back and forth between, I locked it first, or you can switch back and forth between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Here in the US, I tend to use Celsius or Fahrenheit. Obviously, it's kind of nice because, you know, it's reading the air temperature. It's pretty consistent, but you can lock it too. I've used this many times, and one of the other cool features is it flips the temperature, and you don't see that often on a lot of these unless you're getting a higher end version. So regardless of what way you're looking at it, it will flip the temperature towards you. And then it'll turn off once you rotate the probe back in. It'll turn off on its own after a period of time if you have the probe left out, and it does have a little like kind of carabiner type area where you can hang something through it. But also has a rubber grip around the whole outside and a rubber grip on the side here on the bottom, so it'll stay in place when you have it on a surface that may not be completely flat. But great gift item, great for any dad, mom, whoever likes to grill.
It's even
or
good
cook.
for people who don't know how to grill.
And you don't have to use it on a grill. You can use
them.
it for any to make sure you're safely cooking meats indoors too. If you're pan frying or cooking it in an oven, you can do a quick temperature check on this. Again, 1 second, stick it in, it'll read the temperature, and then you're done. Because most of the stick thermometers take like 3-4 seconds for it to stabilize. This is almost instantaneous.
while you were gone, I did learn a valuable lesson, just so that you know, because my tea thing was out right here. It did drip like 2 drops right there because my tea thing was full. So I learned a lesson. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, the next items I'm going to be going over are from PK. So this is the Sun Goddess Matcha Green Tea. This I had seen everywhere. I partnered with them on a couple of different platforms, and this is the ceremonial grade of the matcha, and I didn't really understand what that meant or what the difference was. I've had matcha at the house for probably the past year because I was trying to switch from drinking coffee over into drinking more matcha, just for like, for me personally, inflammation purposes, digestive issues. And this is like, it's green tea, but it says that this is the, let's see, it is quadruple toxin screened for pesticides, heavy metals, toxic mold, and commonly found in plants. And it has a cold extraction technology which maximizes the phytonutrient potential and absorption. So when I tried this, which comes in little packets, and I drop it, of course, which comes in little packets like this, so it's easy to travel with, right? And this says add 12 ounces cold water and shake. First add matcha to the cup, then add the 12 ounces of the water and stir. It's ideal if you have hot water, and avoid boiling water. So the first time I ever drank this, I was like, whoa, that does not taste like what I've been drinking. And so I then learned the difference in the ceremonial grade, which is a more pure grade than just the stuff that I was buying. And it's been really, really good. Very, very tasty as well. Then they also have with PK, they typically sell these, I think, on like, together. This is the Youthful Skin and Deep Hydration. It's called BT Fountain. And this is the hyaluronic acid and ceramides. And it has a berry flavor. So these, to me, they come in the same little packets like this. This to me is almost like those, I don't want to compare it to like Crystal Light, but like those packets that you pour into water just to give it some flavor. But what's really great is it's working with deep cellular hydration. It says youthful, dewy glow. I'm reading the box to you. Improve elasticity and reduce fine lines, and breakthrough in skin hydration. So this is literally working on your skincare from the inside out, instead of doing something topical, right? And again, most people do recommend getting these two grouped together. And I know that when I worked with them, that was something that they really recommended as well. Okay, you went over the ThermoPro. Now I think everything else Joe's just going to be bored with, because one of the things that I always get questions about from people is, okay, now that you're kind of dealing with hair breakage and you've gone through all the products, which products have been your favorite? Like, what are you going back to use? This is one thing that if you're looking for a really good scalp scrub, I've tried many. There's many of them in a container right over there because I stopped using them and just put them in the container in case I ever need to do content on them again. But this has salicylic acid and aloe extract in it. So the salicylic acid and aloe is just really good for your scalp in general. But this has a botanical garden scent. It smells absolutely amazing. You can't really see it from here, I don't think, but there are some like darker big chunks down in there. It really feels like almost like a thick salt on your scalp. So and thank you guys for the follow, the people that are just now following, thank you so much. You really kind of scrub all around your scalp. I don't have a hard time getting this down to my scalp. It's not like I'm having to like separate my hair and like really try to work it down in there. I feel like the bigger chunks in here weigh it down enough to where it gets down to your scalp, and then you can really work and get your scalp clean. Plus, I just really love the smell of this one as well. So this has been probably my favorite for scalp scrubs. Then I want to talk about shampoo and conditioner, because
while she's getting the next ones out, like, I just realized I've never seen this before. When did we get closed captions on our live streams?
Oh, I did that.
Oh, okay.
Because I know so many people just watch these without the sound on, and they're not really getting the information that we're giving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like closed caption, like if somebody wants to sit there with their baby that's asleep, they can still see what we're saying. Okay, sorry. Joe's amazed at technology. Okay, these are the Kitsch Rice Water Protein. This is the shampoo and the conditioner. This one has a white tea and mandarin fragrance, and I don't know what this fragrance is. It just smells good. I don't know. It's almost like to me, it's almost like a minty type that it smells like. So it also says on here that 1 bar, you can get 100 washes, and that you save 2 bottles by using these bars instead. And so I used to use these when my hair was the longest, I feel like, and I felt like my hair was the strongest and the healthiest. And so I'm going back to these. I've put these back in the shower, and of course Joe's complaining about all my bars that I have in there now because they're in his way. But this is what I'm using instead. I still rotate some of the like heavy duty like conditioners or like clarifying type shampoos in as well. But for the rice water protein, these are my favorite. Plus, I just think that these are so much better to travel with because you can just put them in a little soap container or soap dish. Do you see the child that's standing right there?
Which one was it?
I'm like pointing to you and you're just like shaking your head. It's Eiley. Okay, the other item that I'm going to cover is I often also get asked about hair masks. Like, what is a deep treatment that you think has been worth it? And I'm going to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of deep treatments that I've used this year that I will probably do a longer social media video on. Like, here's what worked, here's what didn't work, here's, you know, what I'm probably not going to buy again type thing. But this is the Eva NYC, and if you do not know, Eva NYC is owned by the same parent company as Amika. And so I wanted to try a lot of their things just to see how they aligned with their sister company. This one is absolutely fantastic. It's a deep conditioner with 3 times the hydration. So this is an argan oil and plant protein mask. So this has both protein and moisture in it. And if you do not know, when you're putting protein in your hair, you want to make sure that you're also putting moisture in as well. Because if you just keep putting protein in your hair without moisture, it's not really doing you any good anyway. This is a really super, super thick mask. See how thick and creamy that is? I use this about once, sometimes if I'm taking extra showers because my hair's super dirty, twice a week. But usually I use this once a week. I might even use it once every 2 weeks. So this tub really does last a really long time. And I've had really, really good results with it as well. Now, when I was talking earlier about I've used a lot of things that are a little more expensive, this next item is one of those. Once I find it, here we go. And I was talking about putting protein in your hair. Now, this is a leave-in mask, and I'm sure that you guys have seen K18 everywhere. And somebody said that it will dry out without the protein. So your hair can, yes, it can break, it can dry out, the cuticles can just look awful, and then you can start getting like damage on all of that hair as well. So you have a leave-in mask in the K18. Now this is something that it says that you let it sit for 4 minutes, you do not rinse it out, then you will comb, add your product as usual, and you can use this every 4 to 6 washes. So this is something that's supposed to stay in your hair even through shampooing and conditioning, and it's a much heavier kind of leave-in mask, and you do not have to use a lot of this at all. I think I use 2 to 3-ish pumps of this just on the ends of my hair. But what I make sure that I do when I'm using the K18 is that I'm using products like the next 3 that I'm going to be going over. This, and I remember I told you guys that I feel like empties and like products that have actually been used go over like so much better than me like putting up a brand new bottle of this, like, oh, I love this product. This is something, I have a full other bottle upstairs already. This is probably hands down, if you were only going to get one single product, I would get this one. It's a Prime, Protect, and Perfect. It has 21 different essential benefits to it. I'm not going to sit here and ramble them all off to you guys. You can open up the listing and view all of that. But it basically is just a multitasking spray. So if you're really wanting to move like more into like a minimalistic, like what do I just definitely need for my hair? Boom. This is from Pureology. It is called Color Fanatic, and it is 100% vegan ingredients as well. It is absolutely fabulous. As far as additional hydration, if you have just really super dry hair, I've done a lot of research into the different ingredients that are in, oh, I'm throwing stuff everywhere, huh? Ingredients that are in a lot of these, like, honestly, quite pricey hair products, right? This one is the Essential from Bray. This is a hair repair spray. It is a hyaluronic acid. Basically, it has a lot of other things in here as well, but this has hyaluronic acid in it, so that when you are putting this on your hair, hyaluronic acid means moisture. So you're basically just spraying your hair to make sure that there's moisture in there, and it does have some other benefits as well. But this one is very comparable to some of like the higher end brands as far as the ingredients go, and it's still really great, and it has a really good little sprayer on here that locks as well, which is important. Another item from Bray that is also very comparable to some of the very higher end products is this night serum called Beauty Sleep. This is a niacinamide. So between the hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide for your hair, they are both good for your scalp as well as the ends of your hair as well. So both of these products can be used from the scalp all the way to the ends, just dependent on where you kind of need treatment and where you need things. Obviously, if you have very kind of oily, greasy hair on the top, you don't want to add more to that, but it is kind of known the hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide can help kind of balance that oil production level as well. Okay, next, it's Joe.
It's me, and we're going to kind of cap off where we began, is with Little Giggles medicated lollipops, and these are called Keep Calm. It's for if you had a couple of kids that are like ours, who are maybe high energy or rambunctious.
That just came down here and ran around the room without you even noticing.
Yeah, the others passed out on the couch, so
yeah,
okay.
I saw that.
But, you know, sometimes at night, you know, you think they're winding down, and then all of a sudden they're bouncing off the walls, or they just won't keep calm on a long car ride. Mm-hmm. You know, these are perfect for that. You know, they taste great. I just had one of the other ones for coughing, and it was awesome. It was cherry flavor.
They're good, right?
It says blueberry, tropical, and strawberry in this one. Our kids won't eat blueberries, but they love the blueberry flavor of this lollipop. And I can attest to the fact that they will take it similar to the way I just took a lollipop earlier, and I'm not coughing and hacking anymore. So, you know, real-time proof, even for adults, for a kid's lollipop, medicated lollipop, it works real-time. It's the same thing for these, and they offer them in a variety of different types. You know, they have some time for better sleep, travel sickness, morning sickness.
Bedwetting, if you're working on like trying to get the kids to not wet the bed at night. And the 10%, again, that's down below is for these from Little Giggles, any of them.
Yep.
So when you open up their listing page, when you open it up, it'll say like visit the Little Giggles store or something like that, or where the brand name is. You can click there, and then you can also, it'll open up all of their offerings. You can also find all of these in my storefront. I have an idea list. So when you're watching this live stream, you can, I think up above, it will say, you know, hey, visit Ketosis Mom storefront. You can click there and then find the idea list with all of their items, because I wish I would have had their morning sickness ones when I was pregnant, because that would have been perfect for me. I was constantly having to try and find these different types of hard candies to try to eat, to try to keep everything down, because mine was not just morning sickness. Mine was all day long, all night long sickness with both pregnancies. It was awful. These have been really, really great at my house. They're again, we have to hide them from the children because they do taste good. Did you show them what the wrapper looks like when you pull it out? Because I can show them.
Yep.
So we have the cold, I'm going to get out the cold cough and throat.
I can just show the wrapper.
You just show your wrapper.
Yeah, I'll show
it does
the wrapper.
say on there that it is a medicated lollipop.
Yeah.
It's homeopathic.
And it does say medicine may appear as a white film on the outside.
So when you open this up, you're going to see that kind of white film on the outside of the sucker, and then this side says medicated lollipop. And what's really great is that as soon as they can just get a few licks of these, they're getting the medicine that's going to help them. And so we have had strep throat at my house. We have had ear infections. We have had just like colds in general. And these have just been things that have been helping us, because when your kids don't feel good, like we'll give our youngest the Keep Calm, even when she's like throwing a fit because her sister's at school and she's not, because they don't have the same school calendars. And so she's been out of school for almost a week already. And then my oldest was still going today even. So these are just great to have from parents to grandparents, aunt and uncle, anybody who's going to be keeping the kids. I'm also going to be putting these in my mother's car for the travel sickness, because my mother's driving makes my children sick. So I'm going to make sure she has those in her car as well. But one thing about what we've gone over tonight that most of the people that you're going to be watching, especially on Amazon Live, I can't say is that we have to take all this back upstairs because we use it all.
Yep.
Like I've got my whole bin of everything that I've gone over that are my favorite things that I have to take them right back upstairs. These are all things that are tried and true, that we use, that we love, and they truly are some of our favorite things. So while I am still live, make sure that you claim the code that is down below, because that is good for the Kitsch products. It is also good for the Little Giggles products. Yes, and someone said that I need to try those with my 4-year-old because she hates seeing the medical syringes. It's not just you. It's not, I mean, I feel like this is an all parent thing. It's not just the syringes either that you're using. We use the little cups for medicine, and sometimes we just have to fight with our kids to get them to take that, especially if it's an antibiotic. But with these, there is no fight. They beg us for them. If they would have come down here and seen Joe eating one, they'd been like, wait a minute. Why are you eating my sucker? Where's mine? Where are they? Where are they? You know, and that is what's so great about them. So, okay, we are going to go ahead and end because we've got one asleep upstairs already and the other one waiting for us to come and finish movie night with her. And so I hope everyone has a very happy holiday season. However you celebrate the holidays, I hope that you can get some good deals, and I hope that you receive and give good things all the season long. So we will see you guys after the new year, and thank you so much for watching us tonight. Bye, y'all.